we should probably
Okay.
add an account for them so they can log in as well. So that would be
And that was
under
in
settings.
setting users, right?
You got it.
Okay. And then
So you
I'll
can click
enter
on
one for her.
create new user at the top.
Okay, Bowen, that worked.
Okay. And the only other thing I would recommend is at least put their email address in there, because when you do that, it's going to send them a welcome email and tell them how to log in and what their password is.
Oh, okay.
Now, you can also use this for employee management as far as having their pay rate and any commission for any sales that they do. You can also record their phone number here, so you have one place to go to find that person's phone number. It's kind of nice when you got a number of employees.
Okay.
And I can tell you also in the future, we're planning on having the ability to upload their W-9s and whatever other forms are required, like the I-9. And so you have all that whole packet would be available. It would be locked and secured and password protected, but you know, it'd be great for your accountant, right? At the end of the year, I've got 8 employees. I hired 2. I fired 3. I'm not sure who I've got. You know, and you don't have, the accountant doesn't have to dig through the records. They're all right there, available online.
Right, and you could upload their ID and their Social Security number that has to be on file to prove that they're citizens. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. All right.
So let's go ahead and hit save at the bottom.
Okay. Now, do I have to do anything on permissions? Like if you had
I'm going to show you that right after we hit save.
Gotcha.
So what you'll notice at the top is now you have a number of actual options there. You've got permissions, authorship, and history. So let's go ahead and go into permissions.
Okay.
Now remember, AllProWebTools includes a number of different features, including the website. So if you didn't want this person to have any access to changing web pages or posting blogs on your website, you just uncheck the box where it says website.
Okay.
And it would turn off all of those features.
Okay. Store, delivery, okay. Right now she can have everything, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
But in the future I'll have some that I won't.
Sure, yeah. And then at the top where it says authorship, this is something that helps engage your employees with your website, is the ability for each of them to create their own blog posts on your website. And they can also link this to their Google Plus profile, because that'll increase their exposure through social media. And it'll also will create a profile image on all of their posts, so people can kind of learn a little bit about them whenever they post an article on your website. And then down below where it says biography, any visitors to your website would be able to see a biography of the different employees in your company who are posting blogs. And that's a real good way to create SEO on your website and make your website more popular and rise up on Google, is by having fresh new content constantly being added to your website. And we understand it's very hard for the owner of a company to take the time to sit down and write a new blog post every day or every week, right?
Right.
And it's like at one point you're like, well, what should I write about now? I've already written about everything I can think of. So if you kind of create like a schedule with your employees, let's say you had yourself plus 3 employees. You could each take a week of the month, right? So you could take the first week of the month, they could take the second week of the month, and you could just blog about whatever's kind of going on in your business life at that point. Like you wouldn't mention a customer by name, but you could say, I just helped somebody yesterday with this particular problem, and we're noticing that this is becoming more of a problem for more people. And that would be a blog post. And then Google would find that new information on your website, send more people to you who are looking to learn more about that particular issue you're talking about.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's kind of the value of the authorship. So, you know, AllProWebTools is tying together the CRM, the SEO, the marketing, the invoicing, you know, the everything all in one place.
All in one place.
And then the last one is the history tab.
Okay.
And that will allow you to kind of track your users, your staff members who are using the system. So you know exactly when they logged in during that day and what they did in the system. So if somebody changes the price on a product and you're wondering who that was, or if somebody worked on a client and they weren't supposed to, you can track who did all of those things from the history tab.
Okay.